Hello children, welcome to the next video 23rd. Now today I am going to, in this video I will be explaining the most important theorem which is called as AA criteria theorem. AA criteria theorem, it is also called as AAA also. They call it as AAA also. So now what is the statement of this theorem? It is just the definition of similar for those two properties what we had. That same thing will be the statement of this theorem now. What is it? I'll write now. See, if in two triangles, corresponding angles are equal, then their sides, corresponding sides are in the same ratio, and hence are in the same ratio or proportion, and hence the two triangles are similar. So now this is the statement of this theorem, AA criteria theorem. If in two triangles corresponding angles are equal, then their corresponding sides, you know the meaning of corresponding sides now? They are the sides opposite to these equal angles. Their corresponding sides are in the same ratio. So we have to prove now. If the first one is true, the second condition, this was the second condition. The corresponding sides must be in the same ratio. So that we are going to prove now by using Thales theorem. By using the corollary of Thales theorem or the Thales theorem, we are going to prove. Both of them we are going to use, and hence lastly we are going to prove that they will be similar. So if one property is there, the other property will surely be there. I have already told this point, but that is the statement of our theorem also now, and we are going to prove it. If these two conditions are there, you have then the two triangles will be similar. In those two conditions, you know that in two triangles, it will surely hold good. If two triangles are having the corresponding angles equal, no, then the sides opposite to them will surely be in the same ratio. This happens in case of triangles, but you have seen some examples before. There are some quadrilaterals. You have seen that if their sides are in the same ratio, you can't say that their angles will be equal. There are some figures like that which are not similar. They don't follow both the properties. They will follow only one property, the other property fails. So you have studied such figures also in the beginning. For example, a square and a rectangle, you see. A square and a rectangle. Both are quadrilaterals. And they are following only one property. They are not similar, we can say. Why? Because the angles are equal in case of rectangle and square, but the sides are not, all the four sides are not in the same ratio. So in case of polygons, means quadrilaterals, it is happening like that. But in case of triangles, you see, you have to fix to this condition. This thing you should know. If two triangles are equiangular, those three angles are equal to the three angles of the other, then the sides opposite to those equal angles, which we call as corresponding sides, we call them as corresponding sides, they will be in the same proportion. Then if that happens, then the second property also it will follow. Finally, we are going to show that they will be similar. See how we are going to prove the theorem now. Okay. So what we do is, you should learn the figure of the theorem correctly. You should always remember that. Now ABC is one triangle. Okay. Now another triangle, same type, I am going to draw a little bigger one. So that is DEF. Triangle ABC and triangle DEF. Now see, these are the two triangles what I have drawn. In this I am going to mark, because they have given us, if in two triangles corresponding angles are equal. So this is the data of ours. Then their corresponding sides are in the same ratio. We have to prove it, and then finally we have to show that they are similar. So okay, let's see now. So angle A means I have told you angle BAC. It can be written in 3 letters also. Angle EDF. So angle BAC is equal to angle EDF. Angle B, that means angle ABC, is equal to angle E, that means angle DEF. Okay. Then the third set, see, I am drawing 3 figure, this one there, 3 lines there for angle also, to make you know that they are the corresponding angles. So you have drawn the two triangles now, triangle ABC and triangle DEF. Angle BAC is equal to angle EDF, angle ABC is equal to angle DEF, angle ACB is equal to angle DFE. So that is our data. So data is, you have to write there, in triangle ABC and triangle DEF, because we are told that we should teach the children with data to prove that construction proof. In our textbook it is all mixed up. I said there is data portion, there is to prove that, there is construction, there is proof, everything is there, but it's written like a story. It's not written like steps, and we are used to writing the steps right from beginning. So we are going to continue the way of teaching in the same manner. Okay. So now in triangle ABC and DEF, I told you angle BAC is equal to angle EDF. And angle ABC is equal to angle DEF. And angle ACB is equal to angle DFE. Okay. So what I have done in the figure, I have written here now. Now to prove that. So to prove that the sides opposite to them, so I can take in order, or I can put like this, just see, they are all sides, we have taken the ratio of the sides opposite to the corresponding angles. So AB by DE is equal to BC by EF is equal to AC by DF. We have to prove this. So we are going to prove this. Now next is we need a construction for this. So construction is, listen properly, I am going to mark 2 points on DE and DF. Okay. On DE I will mark a point P. On DF I will mark a point Q, in such a way that DP is equal to AB and DQ should be equal to AC. And then join PQ. That is the construction. You are learning the theorem, okay? So you must be learning the theorem properly there. You should be able to write, even in the exam or in any paper, anything. So construction I have written here now. I am going to write now, mark, okay, points P and Q on DE and DF such that AB is equal to dP and AC is equal to dQ, and join PQ. So this is all the construction. Okay. And then now I am going to do the proof. Step by step I'll be telling you the proof. So once again, of course, what is data. I have written. Just observe them once again. Data to prove that, construction, and now starts the proof. I won't waste place there. So proof. Now first step in the proof is what you know. We are going to prove triangle ABC and triangle DPQ as congruent. Why we are going to do all this? In order to prove the full theorem, no, we need all these steps. So in the first part of the proof, we are going to prove this. What is that? In triangle ABC and triangle DPQ. In triangle ABC and triangle DPQ, some things are equal there in those two triangles. See, AB is equal to DP by construction or in construction. We have marked that point P and Q in such a way that AB is equal to DP and AC is equal to DQ. So we are writing the same thing here. And another thing is angle BAC is equal to angle PDQ. PDQ can also be called as EDF. It is EDF and PDQ. It is common angle for those two triangles, and that you have studied the other day, 2 days back. So I will write here now AB is equal to DP, and now I will write AC is equal to DQ. Okay. And the third condition now I am going to write in this page. Of course, I think I can adjust here only. Angle BAC is equal to angle PDQ. And this was given in data. This angle was equal, they have given in data, and these two by construction they are. Now what has happened? Two sides and one angle, they are equal in those two triangles. So therefore, I need the figure also to explain and all. So therefore, I am continuing this one. Continuing the proof, but time up there. 13 minutes is there already. It is becoming long. So I will stop and then continue in the next one. Okay.